how autonomous will they be? Can they be like robots in the sense that you won't need humans to drive them, and you can program them to follow a plan and sort of do their job? Or
Yeah. So I think if you take a world view of how the autonomous and autonomy will look like, especially for tractors, let's say in the next 10 years, perhaps it will be like autonomous pods, right? So you're not going to have implements, so to say, attached to the back of the tractors. I think you will have autonomous pods with specific, let's say if it is for plowing, everything is inbuilt, etc. So I think that's a sort of a futuristic view. But how we get there? So I think what is the problem we are trying to solve with autonomous, right? So if you look at largely Western world or the developed world, there is more number of shortage in terms of drivers, right? And it's also it's very expensive to have drivers in the US or Europe, right? So you end up paying 80,000, 90,000 dollars, so to say, right? At least I'm from trucking perspective, I'm saying. So now it makes all the more sense to go for autonomous there, where you save cost on the driver, etc., etc. In India, that is not the problem you're solving, right? Because in the rural areas, you get a driver for, let's say, 400 rupees a day to drive the tractors. Mm, so it is never going to be a problem that you're going to solve. Now, but by and large, I think over the course of 5 to 10 years, food security is a major problem in the world that we have to solve for. Now, there has been experiments around lab grown meat, etc., but how far it is going to be viable to consume, there are a lot of apprehensions around it. The only way is to maximize the agricultural production. And how do you maximize it? By mechanization, right? So you will have to increase the mechanization part. Now, there is from the mechanization, if you have to increase the mechanization, so you will need more number of laborers, more number of drivers, etc., which is in shortage today. Now, the easiest piece of the puzzle on the autonomous is to get rid of drivers, which is like, we are already there. I think in the next 2 years, you will start to see more commercialization around driverless vehicles. But that's not the objective, right? So getting the autonomy right, automation right, that is what. So like, today there is so much of human intervention where you need 2-3 people to sort of install those cultivators at the back of the tractors. So you're getting rid of driver and you still need 3 people to sort of install those plows and cultivators. That doesn't make sense. So there has to be no human intervention. In order to get there, I think we are like 5 to 7 years.